It's a gold rush of sorts with the price of gold still at an all-time high. Many of you may be looking to exchange your old gold into some cold hard cash, but you should do your homework before making these tempting gold transactions. Susan Hogan joins us now with advice on how to cash in. And Susan, this is something that I've been tempted to do, a walk around the house. I'll say to my wife, do you need this anymore? Do you still wear this? Because I want to bring it over there. Just drove by the place that's going to give me money for this stuff. Talk about this whole thing, and is it really worth it?
Well, you know what? It is and it isn't, but people have such high expectations when they are trying to cash in their gold. I mean, I'm looking around my jewelry box and I got a lot of stuff that looks like junk. And here's the thing too, and I learned this. Right now I think the price of gold is at around $1,600, $1,700 per ounce. It's huge, okay? So that doesn't mean that when you bring in your gold watch that you got in high school that you're going to get that full value. That is for pure gold.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that. That's like if you got a gold bar.
Sure.
And you're going to... And yeah, we don't have those. So this is what you really need to know. You're not going to get that full value. Here is what is extremely important. That price, as I said, is for pure gold only. So if you have a 14-karat gold piece of, watch or whatever, that is actually only composed of about 58.5% gold. So ask how much the company's going rate is for each ounce of that carat you have. Okay. So the lower the carat, obviously, the less you're going to get for the value.
All right, how do you find a reputable company? Because there's a lot of them out there.
There are, and my best advice, and I always feel this way, is to go with what it's tried, tested, and true. The people, if you've been dealing with a local jeweler, go to that particular business. You could go online and deal with it that way, but here's the problem with going with an online company, that advertises cash for gold. They don't have to follow the same laws that that companies in state have to follow. Like there are certain guidelines if they're dealing with stolen goods. I think here in Rhode Island they have to wait up to, I think it might be 30 days before they can actually sell that piece of gold. Whereas online, I think it's a 10 days. So you really have to be careful with who you're dealing with. Also, here's another thing that I thought was interesting, is don't let the jewelry of different carat values be all weighed together. So when you're going in with your gold, and you've got a whole pile of stuff, don't let the jeweler just take it and weigh it together, because don't forget, every single piece of jewelry has a different carat of gold. Right. And you don't want him to bulk it all together and give you the lowest price, which is essentially, unfortunately, what some would do. So you need to be aware of that. Also, if you got diamonds or other stones,
get them out of there, right?
Get them out of there. If you bring them to a jeweler, you can ask them to do it for you, because sometimes you've got the prongs, but you're going to destroy this gold anyway. You don't care about it. Do it yourself, because you don't want to lose those diamonds. You don't want to lose those precious stones. Of course, don't ever send them and expect the company that you're dealing with to take the diamonds back, because what you're going to get may not be your actual diamond too. And if you're doing business, again, as I said, with the online company, this is huge. You've got to know the terms of their contract. Really read that fine print. We say it for everything, but when you're dealing with an online company, that's very important. You want to know before mailing them what the refund policy is. So say that you didn't like the price of gold that they quoted you. Okay, now what? You got to, are they going to send it back to you? Do you have to pay for it to be sent back to you? Okay. You really want to know as far as that is concerned too. And also, it is the company's, if you're not satisfied with that price, you also want to know how long will it take for you to get your gold back. Many of these online companies will melt it down in 10 days. So you got to respond.
You got to work quick. Yes, you do. All right. Thank you, Susan. Great advice as always. And as always, we'll put Susan's advice on our website, foxprovidence.com.